We have a big week in the astrology. We have a new moon in Cancer. We also have the sun in Cancer making a conjunction with Jupiter. Jupiter is involved for this new moon. So let's get into it. Hi, my name is Jenny. Welcome to my channel. I am a starseed astrologer. I will be going through the astrology transit highlights from June 23rd to June 29th. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Just show me some love for all the work that I'm doing, putting this out there for you guys. I mean, I love it. I do, but I love to hear your responses as well. So let's get into the week. On Monday, June 23rd, we will be waking up with a Gemini moon, but there is a lot of action going on during the night. Usually when we have a lot of aspects happening at night, that's when we wake up a lot. That's when we feel especially if you are in tune with the energy and you're somebody that categorizes yourself as an empath, we really feel the energy at night. And that's when you will wake up and be like, what's going on? Why am I wide awake? And it's because you're feeling these astrology transits, and they also can be reflected into your dreams. But keep in mind that everything I'm going to say time-wise is going to be Central Standard Time. So if you are in a different time zone and you are awake during these transits, you might feel the energy just a little bit differently. So we have a Gemini moon sextile Saturn. That's going to happen at 12:33 a.m. We have Gemini moon sextile Neptune, and that's going to happen at 1:25 a.m. And then Gemini moon trine Pluto is going to be 3:18 a.m. And then Gemini moon square Mars is 3:26 a.m. I know that might sound like a bunch of jargon to you, but there's just a lot of mental energy. That's really what this Gemini moon brings us. Time goes by faster during a Gemini moon. So if you are somebody that has insomnia and has trouble sleeping, this is going to be the time the day before. Make sure you tire your body out. Make sure you tire your mental space out so that you can get the sleep that you're looking for. Now, if you wake up and your mind is busy and going, don't just lay there tossing and turning in bed. Get up, move your body, journal, read a book, something mentally stimulating, because if you're awake anyways, you might as well use the energy to your benefit. We also have the Cancer Sun square Neptune at 3:30 in the morning as well. This is going to carry on throughout the day. This is a bigger transit. The Sun is our identity. Neptune is a planet of our illusions and our dreams. So I wouldn't be surprised with all this mental energy with the Gemini moon on top of this square that your dreams are really on fire. Pay attention to your dreams. It's telling you something. It is your subconscious coming through for you. So pay attention. Because we have the Cancer Sun square Neptune, and that's going to be continuing throughout the day, we might wake up a little bit foggy. We're also going to have an all-day void of course moon. During all-day void of course moons, it's really not a good time to make big, huge decisions. It's really a good time to just go with the flow, and whatever comes your way, you just kind of take it and move on. And also with this Cancer square Neptune, this is a Neptune aspect. Neptune can make us super foggy, super dreamy, super in the spiritual type of world. Even if you are somebody that isn't a psychic or an empath or connected to spirits, this is a day where you still can have that connection to something bigger than who you are here on this physical plane. So this day is going to feel lofty. You're going to feel lost in the sauce, and that's what Neptune wants you to do. Neptune kind of wants you not to take life so seriously and have you just answer the questions of, well, what if this? Well, what if this? This is a really good day, especially because we're building to that new moon in Cancer. This is a really good day to understand, like, what are your actual dreams? Yes, a square is a harsh aspect, but what are your actual dreams? What are you actually like? If you could have anything, if I said, here's a magic wand, I wave a magic wand, like, what is it that you want out of your life? Is it love? Is it money? Usually those are the top two, right? But if you could wave a magic wand and get anything you want in your life, what would it be? And don't hold on to any of other people's perceptions of you. It's about you understanding what it is that you truly want. And Neptune is there to give you that dream aspect, to manifest through your dreams, manifest through your energy. This day just seems really lofty and messy. And if you are somebody that is trying to get stuff done, especially when it comes to like analytical thinking, I'm not talking about your daily job, whatever. Like, that's muscle memory. If you've been doing a job for forever, like, that's just muscle memory. But if you are somebody that's trying to force on Monday, it's gonna feel messy. Neptune doesn't want that force, it wants that flow. On Tuesday, June 24th, we will wake up with a Gemini moon yet again. So your dreams might have been on fire. Gemini is that mental energy. And the Gemini moon is going to be squaring the nodes at 9:11 a.m. Anytime we have any aspects to the transit lunar nodes, right now the north node is in Pisces, the south node is in Virgo. Anytime we have aspects, even little ones like the moon, it's faded. It's like a faded event, and it doesn't have to be this big outside crazy event. It can be an internal transformation, but there's something going on with your Pisces whole sign ruled house, just all your mutable houses. So that's Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius. That sector of your chart is getting some faded event happen, and it can be like this emotional, like you could wake up on Tuesday morning and it could be a great morning, right? And then you have some great realizations. It can also be a challenging morning, Squares do create that challenge, and a challenge can be presented to you, an emotional challenge. The moon rules our emotions. So you could get triggered and you could get triggered on some emotional something in the morning. Something doesn't go your way, right? Like, people that have control issues, that's definitely me. Just don't control anything, have no expectations. But this could happen this morning. Like, you could be thrown off, but it's all about how you react and how you handle the challenge. It's not a problem. It's like, let's look for the solution. And that's happening at 9:11 a.m. But what I do love about this day is we have such optimism happening this day, because we have the Cancer sun making a conjunction to Jupiter at 10:11 a.m. So literally an hour after. So I feel like if there is an issue in the morning, you're going to be like, what's going on? Like, what is this challenge? Why do I feel this way? But at the same time, you have this optimism. Anytime we have anything happen with Jupiter, it brings an energy of optimism. Okay, so even though something else is going wrong in your life, or something isn't exactly how you want it, which is good because this is a new moon coming up the next day, and you're going to feel this new moon throughout the night on Tuesday as well, just because it's really early in the morning on Wednesday. So if you are pulling into Jupiter's energy, pulling into that, like, you can feel like, energy in the sky, and you can feel when things shift, you know what I'm saying? So if you are going through a challenging time, this is a great time to set those new moon intentions. Like, I am done talking to myself that way, right? I am done letting this person in my life. Like, new moons are new beginnings, but in order to create that new beginning, we're going through this balsamic moon, which is all about this purging process. So it doesn't have to be immediate action, but this, with the sun conjunct Jupiter, this purging process that you're going through, this balsamic moon, is going to feel really good, Like, it's a more that you go after what it is you truly want, in tune with your authentic self, this new moon is going to flourish for you, and this day is going to flourish for you. And at the end of the day as well, like, you will have a direction. You will know where you're going, especially if you're taking accountability for yourself and taking time for yourself. If you are super busy with distractions, this is a balsamic moon. This is that purging time. This is that rest time. And we can feel a little bit more tired and a little bit more, aka drained, whatever you want to say. But that's the whole point. The point is for you to sit, be quiet, reflect, meditate, whatever it is, go on a walk, whatever it is that you can do to help clear your mind. That is going to be the most important thing during this time, to understand your new beginning. If you don't understand what your new beginning should be, then you need to reflect. You need to be alone. You need to understand what it is you truly want. But if you do understand your new beginning, good for you. Tap into that Jupiter energy and expand it, expand the ideas, expand what it can be. Because it's not about, it is about placing requirements on your life, but it's not about placing these expectations of this is exactly how it needs to go. But it's still fun to play with the details, Get lost in the sauce, play with the details, be optimistic. This Cancer new moon energy is really big Pleiadian energy, which, if you know anything about Pleiadians, they are really full of love and light, and they're super great. They have every race has their, I don't know why I said race, but every race has their downfall. Like, not everything is perfect. But this is really big on self-love, this new moon, especially with Cancer, especially with the body. Cancer rules the body, loving your body, really loving who you are, loving your meat suit and why you came here and what you're doing every day. And there's just a lot of love for this new moon and a lot of optimism for this new moon. So if you aren't feeling it, you're too distracted. The moon will move into Cancer at 10:44 p.m. on Tuesday night. So that's when we will really be starting this new moon. I mean, this new moon's at an early degree. It's at 4 degrees, and it's going to be happening more so during the night, early morning. But like I said, you're building. You're building to this new moon to understand what this authentic new beginning is for you. Wednesday, June 25th, we have the Cancer new moon. It's going to be around, it's going to be 5:32 a.m. So it's going to be real early. So if you are somebody that wakes up really early, you're going to feel really good. Like, I just really love this new moon. It has so much optimism. Jupiter is going to be conjunct it. It's just going to feel really good. And new beginnings, they don't have to be this big thing. Like, new moons are more about ripple effects. They're more about this Cancer energy isn't really about huge long-term goals, but Cancer is a cardinal sign, so it is about initiating something. So if you don't have a long-term goal and you just have a little baby step, that's beautiful. That baby step is going to blossom into something big. Now, it doesn't mean you can't manifest long-term goals with this as well. I mean, that's also a good thing if you have it, but you just have to go with your intuition and where it's guiding you on what this new beginning is for you. I also love that the moon will be in Cancer and will be making a sextile to Mars about an hour after this new moon. And Mars is all about passion and energy and drive. So a sextile requires some action. So even if that action is just, writing down in your journal what you want or actually starting a project, that would also be amazing. Whether that's a personal project or an external project for work, it doesn't really matter. But like what it is that you want, you're going to have energy and you're going to have drive in order to start this because Mars is involved. I also have on my page, I have my previous video where I did the new moon in Cancer for all signs. So if that's something that you're interested in, you want to get a little bit more information about that, just check out my page. Thursday, June 26th might feel like a full moon. Just when we have so many aspects in the sky during the day and so many transitions, it can give us so much energy. So let me list off these aspects and then we'll go through them all. So we have Mercury in Cancer making a sextile to Uranus in Taurus. That's going to happen at 4:45 a.m. Cancer Sun is going to be a sextile Virgo Mars. That's 9:11 a.m. Cancer Moon is going to sextile Venus. That's in Taurus, and that's going to be at 10:08 a.m. And then a Cancer Moon is going to trine the North Node at 11:11 a.m. And keep in mind, this is all Central Standard Time. And then we also have Mercury moving into Leo. That's going to be at 2:09 p.m. Okay, let's talk about this day. I mean, honestly, with all these aspects, it can kind of feel like you're all over the place. And that's like a full moon energy can feel like that a lot too. With Mercury sextile Uranus in the morning, you might wake up, like this is more dream state. So it's really going to depend on like how early you wake up. But early in the morning, there could be a surprise. Honestly, something surprising could happen. You could get a new idea in your head about how you want to guide through the day, about this new moon, more action on this new intention that you set. Uranus is a planet of surprises and breakthroughs. So it's going to depend on if you feel that energy. It's a hit or miss for that one. Because we have 3 sextiles this day as well, sextiles are all about taking action, so this is an action-orientated day. Like this is the day where if you do take action, it's going to be rewarded. You might not see the rewards right away. Like I said, these new moons, they're more like a ripple effect where you just do one thing after another, setting realistic goals to keep up this new beginning that you're trying to accomplish. But we have the sun making a sextile to Mars, and that is just given energy. That's going to give us energy. Mars is sitting in Virgo, which is where the South Node is right now. So we are on this Mars journey, which I have not posted about, but I just got to download the other night of our Mars journey that we're having to build up to Mars making a conjunction with the South Node, which is release and let go. But this is action-oriented energy again. You, your identity, Mars, passion, and drive. Where is you're going and looking to put your focus, put your literal energy that you give out. Where are you looking to put it in order to serve you? And then we have the moon making a sextile to Venus. This is just beautiful energy. I mean, Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and pleasure. Anytime the moon is with Venus or Jupiter, those are my two favorites. I mean, they're both benefic planets. And I'm really rolled by Venus, okay? I have so much Libra in my chart. Because the Cancer moon, after it makes this little cute sextile to Venus, so it's like take action in pleasure, joy. As soon as we have the Cancer moon make a trine to the North Node, we are going to feel this sense of knowing and this sense of purpose. We have a lot of water energy, right? We have the moon in Cancer. We have this new moon today, this new beginning. We have Pisces North Node, and these two are coming together to make a beautiful aspect trine. You don't have to try for a trine. Trines are just natural flowing energy. So you're going to have your emotions, your emotional body is going to be on check with where you're pulling towards. Because the nodes right now, the North Node's in Pisces, this is a house where you are pulling towards. And Pisces energy is all about the knowing on the inside, not caring what anybody else thinks, but just going with your own intuition and your own knowing. Now, with this day, there can be a little bit of harsh energy because Mercury is going to be sitting at that 29th degree of Cancer. So anytime we have a planet finishing up at that 29th degree, it's really pushing something out for us. And it depends on you. It depends on what you are going through and what transformation you're looking to create. It doesn't have to be this big, heavy energy. I know I always feel the 29th degree. Like I always end up taking that day off. I don't try to, but there's always like ascension going on in my body. And I always feel like I just need to lay down. And we have Mercury in Cancer, and it's going to be moving into Leo, which this Leo, your Leo whole sign ruled house, is going to be getting this Mercury retrograde. It's not yet, and it's not in shadow yet, so it's going to get there. But we are going through this transformation from Cancer to Leo. So it's like, what is it we actually want? What is our intuition calling us to do? And then when Mercury moves into Leo, now our brain is on our confidence. Like Leo brings confidence. It brings showmanship. It brings like, this is me and I love me. And if you don't love me, whatever, right? So we are doing this switch up in our brain when Mercury moves into Leo. So if you're not feeling super confident this day, if this 29th degree of Mercury in Cancer, especially if you're somebody that is ruled by Mercury or a Mercury perfection year, Mercury just plays an important role in your life, you can feel a little bit cross-eyed in the brain. That's the best way to put it. You can feel a little bit heavy and not know where to go and a little bit confused because this 29th degree is trying to pull something out of you. And just give yourself grace. Give yourself time, okay? You know, Cancer energy is that mama bear energy. And we do have Jupiter there, which is bringing this uplifted spirit to any transits that we have in water signs, honestly. It's bringing more optimism to all those parts in our chart. But if you are feeling that heavy degree, at 2:09 p.m., Mercury will move into Leo. So get it out. Like, why aren't you confident? Why aren't you confident in yourself? Like, what's going on with you that's making you feel really heavy? Like, really dig and really work on it. And don't judge what you're thinking. Don't judge like how your brain is working, honestly, because 29 degrees can, I've in Mercury, like I'm in an 11th house perfection year, which is Gemini for me. So Mercury has been playing a huge role this year for me. And one of the biggest things is like, I will think the craziest stuff in my brain and I just write it out in my journal. So if you are feeling heavy, we have Mercury moving into Leo. It's going to bring that confidence when it comes to your intellectual pursuits. Big thing with Mercury too as well. It's about speaking with confidence and not speaking for validation. That's where Mercury and Leo can kind of trip us up. So make sure that you're coming from a place from your heart. You know, Leo is that heart-centered energy and speaking from the heart, and you're not coming from a place of, I'm going to say this, I'm going to think this and accomplish this because I'm looking for external validation. That's the more negative side of Leo. Friday, June 27th, we have a lot of aspects going on this day, mostly at night. So this could be a night where you're up a lot or dreaming really crazy. I'm going to go through all the aspects and then I'll talk about what they mean because there's a lot going on. At 1:05 a.m., the moon will move into Leo. The moon will make a conjunction to Mercury at 2:13 a.m. And then the moon will trine Saturn at 4:04 a.m. And then the moon will trine Neptune at 4:50 a.m. And then the moon will oppose Pluto at 6:39 a.m. And then later on that day, we have Mercury and Leo making a trine to Saturn in Aries at 10:53 p.m. Okay, let's get into this. Like I said, if you are somebody that feels the energy really intensely, there's a lot of aspects going on at night, a lot of transformative aspects. The Leo moon is about our confidence and our validation. So you might have dreams about, like, you ever have those dreams where you're standing there in front of a crowd and then all of a sudden you're naked, then you're like, oh my God. Like, that's like Leo moon energy trying to show you where you care too much about other people's perceptions when it comes to your heart and who you are. And it's going to depend on where Leo is in your natal chart, but pay attention to these dreams. There's just a lot of energy going on. And because we do have the Leo moon trine Saturn and trine Neptune, these are positive aspects. These are aspects where it's like trines are natural flowing energy, and Saturn and Neptune are just doing something in our Aries whole sign ruled house. It's like, it feels, for me personally, it feels like a push and pull between, like, Saturn wants me to do this and be responsible and dot all my I's and cross all my T's, and then Neptune's like, no, just be one with the universe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like there's this weird Saturn Neptune pull, and I haven't totally figured it out yet for me, but I just know what I'm feeling, you know what I mean? But this is happening like really early in the morning. You know, you're going to be asleep. So just paying attention to those dreams. Now, the one thing is you will wake up. So at 6:39 a.m., because the moon's going to be opposing Pluto, and the moon moves really quickly. But the moon opposing Pluto can give us the ick. That's how I describe this transit. It's just the ick in others, the ick in yourself. Like, there's an ick somewhere in your life that, because Pluto is in Aquarius, and it's where we're going to be transforming over the next 15, 20 years. It's going to be a slow transformation, a deep, deep transformation. That's what Pluto does. So the moon is our emotions, and when opposing energy doesn't always feel the best, it doesn't feel the best. So it can give you this kind of ick feeling when you wake up. Like, I think I literally wrote down morning early, a little uneasy, will fade, and your mind will focus. And what I mean by that, with your mind will focus, is we have Mercury had just moved into Leo, and it's going to be applying to Saturn and Neptune a trine in Aries. Saturn and Neptune are in Aries, and so it's going to be applying all day. And when we have things that are applying all day, we can really get the use out of this energy. And Mercury is our mind. And so I feel like, honestly, I feel like today I'm going to figure out on Friday is when I'll figure out, like, how this Saturn and Neptune transit is really working, because our minds are going to be like in a perfect flowing energy to Saturn and Neptune. So it's really about pulling into your Aries whole sign ruled house and your Leo whole sign ruled house, and how are those houses working together in a beautiful way? How can you utilize this? So even though you might wake up with the ick, having a little bit of ick, even though you might wake up with that, we have this beautiful energy throughout the day. So tapping into what gets your brain excited, what does your brain want to talk about when it comes to the heart, like journaling about things that you're grateful for, gratitude. Little things like this can be really helpful in the morning, especially if you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and you just like look over at your partner and you're just like, ick. You're just like, God. It's ick energy. It really is. Saturday, June 28th, we will wake up again with a Leo moon. We'll have this Leo moon energy. It will be away from Pluto. We won't have the ick when we wake up. Then Mercury will be trining Neptune in Aries early in the morning at 6:58 a.m. I love this for our dreams. It's just it's a lovely energy. You have your mind and Neptune, the planet of dreams, on the same page, making this beautiful, fiery, passionate energy for you. And what this is really trying to do is it's trying to bring out your passions in your mind. That's what this transit is. So you wake up Saturday and you feel that passion, it's gonna be amazing. Follow it. Follow your passion. Now, if you wake up on Saturday and you don't feel the passion of creativity and like moving forward, that's Neptune playing those illusions on you. So yes, it is a trine. It's trying to energy, but it's playing some illusions in your brain. And that just means it's time for you to rest, relax, go with the flow, because Neptune can make your day pretty lofty. Like you can be like, what is time? Where is time? So if you're not getting that passionate hit, that's okay. That is completely fine. This aspect is just playing out a little bit different for you, which it just involves you just go in with the flow. I don't know how else to put it, but like Neptune can just make you feel lost in the sauce, and do it. Go into it. Be lost in the sauce. Have fun. We do have the Leo moon making a square to Venus at 7:23 p.m. I could see this being, since it's Saturday, like maybe like an example would be, you going out with your friends and you having a misunderstanding with somebody else, and then they make a little comment towards you and you're just like, ugh, what was that? Like, what was that comment? Like, what are you talking about? But then you have a couple drinks, and then after this aspect, because the moon moves really quick, and then, you have a couple drinks with them, you're hanging out with them, and you're like, hey, like, what did you mean by that comment that you said to me? Like, what did you mean by that? It made me not feel good. And then they re-explain themselves, and then you understand them, they understand you, and you cry, and you hug it out because you're drunk, and you're just... You know what I mean? That's just an example. Not saying that's going to happen to everybody, but this square can make us like misinterpret what our relationships are telling us emotionally. So especially if you're somebody that does feel other people's energy, you can kind of misinterpret it, especially with that like Neptune energy going on, the lofty, what is time energy. But it is Venus. Venus is a benefic planet. So even though it's a square, and you might have a misunderstanding with them, right? At the same time, you'll figure it out. It's not like this big blow up long term, like oh my god, I can't be friends with that person. I just see this transit as being more of like a little misunderstanding, a little miscommunication. On Sunday, June 29th, we will wake up with the Virgo moon. The moon will go into Virgo at 6:44 a.m. And what I do love about Virgo moons is Virgo moons are crispy. They just make you feel very crispy, very alive, very focused. Like you can focus on things during Virgo moons. On Sunday, June 29th, we have an aspect happening during the night. It's going to be Mercury in Leo is going to oppose Pluto in Aquarius. This is at 2:57 a.m. If you are somebody that wakes up at the witching hour, you could wake up feeling a little bit confused. But I also feel like this is a really great transformation moment. And if you are sleeping, then your body's doing the work. Your body's integrating energy and transforming for you. It doesn't need to go to your mind, but in your mind through your dreams. But your dreams definitely are telling you something. If you have like a dream that's a little bit more icky, that doesn't make sense, I've been doing dream work for 2 years, and I have learned so much through my subconscious just by paying attention to my dreams and little simple symbols. So this is the day that to pay attention. If you have a weird dream, it's telling you something because of that opposition that we're having. So you might wake up, because we do have the moon moving into Virgo at 6:44 p.m. or 6:44 a.m. Sorry. We have the moon moving into Virgo, which makes our minds feel really crispy, really focused. But it also can make us overanalyze. So this is going to be up to you. Like, are you in control of your brain, or do you let your brain and your mind control you? Because there is a healing aspect being looked to happen during this time in the morning. But at the same time, it's like, Like, are you in control of your brain? Are you overthinking? Are you overanalyzing? Sunday can be a day where we're overanalyzing things, and we want to make sure that we're utilizing the Virgo moon for our benefit to focus on things that serve us. Focus on the little details that actually serve us moving forward, and not focusing on, especially if it has to do with the past. That's going to be a big one. If you're focusing on the past, healing, yes, like doing the inner child work, shadow work, whatever you call it, but like healing and transmuting the energy, yes. But if you're over focusing on the past and sitting in that energy, sitting and over analyzing a situation that just happened, like, I don't know, like happened like 2 years ago, and it just pops into your head, if it just pops into your head, it's telling you that you need to heal something. But if you're just sitting there being like, ooh, and like stewing and over analyzing, like that's not where you want to go. That's not going to help you throughout Sunday, because we have more aspects coming. Then we have the Virgo moon making a sextile to Jupiter at 3:13 p.m. We have the Virgo moon making a conjunction to Mars at 8:14 p.m. And then we have the Virgo moon making a sextile to the Cancer sun. Now, I usually don't talk about like moon sun transits in the sky. They're not usually that important. But I just wanted to note that it's making a sextile because we just had that new moon in Cancer, and we have Mars, the planet of our drive, our passion, like where we're putting our energy, also in Virgo. So I feel like this would be a really good time to continue that new beginning that you started in Cancer, whether that's conceptualizing or actually physically doing something. Because the Virgo moon sextile Jupiter is uplifted energy. We have aspects to Jupiter. Doesn't matter where Jupiter is, we're going to feel the optimism, but sextile does require action. So how are you putting your best foot forward when it comes to you? Are you serving yourself, or are your cups drained? So feel that optimistic Jupiter energy. And then we have the Virgo moon making a conjunction to Mars. When the moon makes a conjunction to Mars, it gives us a burst of energy. It gives us you could feel tired all day, especially with the Mercury and Leo opposition in Pluto and you didn't sleep. You could just feel super tired all day, but then all of a sudden, as soon as that Virgo moon makes a conjunction to Mars, like you have about a 2-hour window, I always say with moon transits, 2 to 4, depending on you and how you feel the energy. But you're going to feel this little boost of energy in order to tackle whatever it is you need to tackle on Sunday. So if you wake up on Sunday and you're just like, I want to lay in bed, I don't want to do nothing, do that, but be prepared for the Virgo moon conjunct Mars, because if you're not exerting the energy physically doing something, you're going to overanalyze in your brain. It's going to feel like crazy in your brain, especially with a Virgo moon, and especially if you have a lot of Virgo placements and you have the Mars in your sign right now. A lot of anger can come up. So just pay attention on Sunday with just honor yourself, honor your rest cycles, honor your body, honor where you're going. Jupiter is in Cancer. Cancer rules the body. If you want to use this benefic planet to the best ability that you can use this benefic planet, you need to pay attention to your body. This is where Jupiter is speaking through us. We had Jupiter in Gemini. It was through the brain. We had tons of ideas, crazy brain energy, right? Now it's through the body. So this is where you're going to find all of the benefic qualities of Jupiter. I also have those moon energy readings available. Link is in the bio if you are interested in basically using Jupiter to your advantage all year, following the moon energy.